In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a new meeting. So you begin at your admin dashboard and select the Meetings app and New Meeting. The name of your meeting could be something like Committee Meeting. This is what your meeting will be identified as going forward in your meeting invitations to your attendees and how you will find the meeting if you need to make adjustments later on. The location of the meeting, if you click in this box and start to type an address, it will actually find it for you in Google Maps. So I'm just going to click the Sydney Opera House because we're fancy, we want to have our meeting there. And it will actually bring up the location. I can change this if it's not correct. Once I've got the right location, I just click Save. The map of the location will be included in your meeting invitations. To choose the date for your meeting, click in the date box and a pop-up calendar will appear. I'm just going to choose Monday, 24th of July. And again, I'm going to select a start and end time. When you click the box, it will automatically bring up a list of hourly start and end times, but you can change this depending on what you need. So you may need to start at 7:15 p.m. You can just type that straight into the box and it will record that for you. If you have the Zoom app installed, you will be able to select conferencing over here and it will automatically generate a Zoom link to be included in your meeting invitation as well. If you just click on Zoom, it'll take a little minute to think about it and then it will give you a unique link for your meeting. The description field is where you put in the details of the meeting so that people who receive an invitation know what it's about. So you could put in, this will be our July committee meeting, please come along. Okay, then you have the opportunity to choose who your chairperson and your minute taker will be. So you can either choose them by selecting their role, so our president, for example, and you can select them using their contact information. So that's me there. The next thing to have a look at is your agenda. So if you click the first box here under items and start typing your first agenda item. So it could perhaps be a welcome. Then the next agenda item could be my president's report and let's say my treasurer's report. The items that I would like to have on my agenda and perhaps committee discussion about something and then meeting closed. So those are the items that I want to include on the agenda, but I've also got the opportunity to add some detail to those items. So I can assign each item an owner, so perhaps my president's report is going to be my president. Again, I can assign by role or by the person's name. You can choose what type of action item this is. So you might find that it's just for noting, we just want to know about it. For action, if there's particular actions that people need to take as a result of this agenda item, or for discussion if there's something that the committee needs to discuss. You may want to have a chat with your team about the definitions you want to put behind each of these so you know exactly what they're for. Some committees see things slightly differently. I'm just going to select for noting now. And then you can also give the speaker a duration. So it automatically give you 5-minute increments, but again, if you don't want to select those and you want to give your president, say, 7 minutes, I can just type the number 7 and it will put that in that box. You can also add attachments to your agenda. If the president has something that they need to include with their report, you can add an attachment here as well. If you have included an agenda item that you actually don't need and you want to delete, you just select it and click on the little red X to the far right and it will remove that particular agenda item. You can also do subtopics. So say, for example, under committee discussion, we might have an event that we are hosting that we need to discuss. So I want to actually call that out as a separate agenda item. I'm going to type it down here for now event number 1, but it's in the wrong place in the agenda. So to correct that, I'm going to click on the little 3 dots over to the left of my agenda item. I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to drag it up where I want it to sit, which is under committee discussion. Now, at the moment, it's sitting as its own separate agenda item, but really it's a subtopic of this committee discussion. So to indicate that it's a subtopic, if I just click once on the 3 little dots, it will indent it as a subtopic. If I change my mind or I've accidentally indented it and I don't want to, again, if I just click on those 3 little dots, it'll move it back out again. So that's how we create an agenda with subtopics and how we move them if you need to. So once your agenda is created, you can scroll down to the bottom and click on Create Meeting. Now, whoever you have nominated as your chairperson and your minute taker will automatically be added to the invitees list because clearly they need to be there. But you can also send invitations to others by clicking on Send Invites and adding the people that you wish to invite here and clicking the Invite button. They will get an invitation in their email box. Now, if you need to edit your meeting before the meeting, so perhaps your treasurer provides you with more information for their treasurer's report, or there's different things we need to add to the committee discussion, then it's quite simple. We just navigate to the meeting that we want and we click on Edit Meeting. And again, up comes the same page we were just editing before. We can change the location and time details if we need to. We can change who the chairperson minute taker is going to be. We can change any of the agenda items. And don't forget to click on Save before you navigate away from the page.